Imaginarium Theatre, a mysterious room at the bottom of Lisa's library, gatekept by Twitter's Grim Reaper. Apart from the fact that it's created by Madam Mage of the Hexen Circle, we got no idea why this exists or why the entire theme is based on the Boar Princess, or at least I don't. And Lisa conveniently was on leave the day we found this. Perhaps we weren't supposed to enter the theater in the first place. Now, if you haven't been active on Genshin social media, good for you and your sanity. But I'll let you know that this theater had split the community into two, like how A split up Orobashi with her Susanoo. There is one side who enjoys the theater and its gameplay aspects, which supports the horizontal investments. And then there is the other side who hates the theater because it sucks. Now, I'm not here to talk about whose view is right or wrong. I'm here to show you this 52 CV artifact my item has. Setting aside that magnificent piece, in all honesty, I think the theater is great. If you think great means requiring multiple fellow characters' time and willingness to sit through many tedious episodes for an exiguous amount of joy, hey, my videos are great, by the way. But this video is not about what you think. It's about what I think, and I think the theater is great. I mean, just look at this.
Oh shit. Sad. Oh no. Yeah, that didn't work. Where is the other guy? Oh my god. What? Why are you there? You freaking idiot. Stupid. Now they're coming. Nope. Now they just. Oh, okay, I tried my best. I have to give up. Oh god. God, that was exhausting.
I used to wonder why however's put this option in their survey when all their content was trivial. But now, this finally has a reason to exist. No, it's not without its flaws, but I do think the current iteration of the theater is a step in the right direction. And let me tell you why I think that. A few months ago, when the theater released its first season, I was prepared. I spent the month before it leveling up my Lynette and her talents, gave her a good VV set, and when the theater dropped, I never used her. Well, technically, she was among the cast members, but I never had to use her as anything more than a filler. So all I needed to do was level her up to 70 and call it a day. And this can be said for most of our unbuilt characters. So basically, the only requirement criteria is owning the characters and not investing in them, because the trial characters were good enough to carry through the theater with some help from your friends supporting cast members. This was a little disappointing because I thought the theater would finally give me an incentive to build my less meta yet fun units and have a stage for them to shine as well. But alas, that's not what we got. They just got upgraded from being bench warmers to stage props. Could be worse. And how did Hoyo decide to fix this issue? They increased the requirements. Thanks, Hoyo. Just what we needed. Jokes aside, even though the requirement is a little daunting, it is justified when you consider the theater being an endgame mode, which requires you to reach the end of the gachaverse. Oh, but I don't own enough characters. Well, too bad you didn't spend enough money to get every character that appeared so far in the game. Oh, you just started in Natlan? Well, too bad you didn't spend money on the standard banner. Seriously, you'll get enough characters if you play the game long enough. If you don't have enough characters, you haven't played the game long enough, or you never opened the wishing tab. Now, to me, this was the best part about the theater, because it's now giving a chance to those lesser used elemental reactions to shine. And I thought that was the whole point of the theater. But Hoyo took 2 seasons and a bunch of hate comments to finally realize why they themselves had the restrictions. The boons in the first 2 seasons were dog shit. I never picked up any boon in any of the runs until the very end, and that too was only because I had no more characters to obtain from the character events. Picking the boon was like picking amber. You wouldn't do it if you had another option. But the new season spiced things up in a delightful way. Buffing the reactions was the right thing to do because now we are rewarded for performing more reactions and the reactions themselves have become stronger. The idea of adding elemental applications while triggering reactions is also a wonderful way of giving us a chance to work around the ICDs. This is what I wanted the theater to be in the first place, but still, I do believe that the balance is a little off but can be optimized easily in the future. So for this part, kudos, Koyo, you did well. Imagine being in a cooking show where the ingredients are given to you randomly. You need to know which ingredients go well together, otherwise, you end up with a disaster. Unless you're Raiden, in which case you always end up with a disaster. So, taking the time to learn each character's abilities, strength, weakness will pay off when you need to strategize and adapt your teams on the fly. So, go on that date with your favorite character and learn more about them. Ask them, hey, how does your internal cooldown look like? Or do you also snapshot your burst? Disclaimer, this is a joke. Don't go wasting your time doing hangout quests unless you want to be stuck in another samsara cycle. Breaking news! Genshin released a new endgame mode where you can reroll all your characters once again. Experience the pain of losing your 50-50s once again, but this time with even worse odds. RNG Impact, download for free, available on every platform except the Switch. This is another aspect a lot of people have been complaining about. The randomness in getting characters while progressing. This is part of the key feature of the game mode. This is an intentional design. Why would you not add a gacha element to an endgame mode? It's the most pragmatic thing to do. In fact, I'm pretty sure they are crying at the Hoyoverse HQ for not adding this to the Spiral Abyss all those years ago. Jokes aside, this does encourage us to improvise and try out unorthodox themes. So I don't want to be too harsh on this aspect, as it's with certain amount of uncertainty that new and improved ideas come forth. Plus, this is what you gacha addicts wanted, right? More gambling? Here, you have it. All this said, final verdict. Imaginarium theater is like Farina. Showy, dramatic, beautiful, drains your HP in real life. Everybody hates it at first. Later, people slowly starts accepting it, and possibly everyone would love it in the future. The last part, only time will tell, but I can see that it has potential to become an entertaining mode. Theater is really easy if you pass the preliminary criteria of owning enough characters. Oh, if it's so easy, why don't you do it? Oh yeah? I did. It's in this video right here. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to, cause it's kinda long and boring. Cause Imaginarium theater sucks. Not because I'm boring. The most reliable strategy I found is to pick up a lot of character invite events. It eases the team selection choices. The other point is to make sure to have at least one brilliant blessing from each of the featured reactions. The first level gives a significantly large amount of buff, and some of the future acts may be scaled up to be on par with these blessings, so don't miss out on these. Pick up mystery caches as you go, cause sometimes they are free, and if you're Asian you can ignore this part, cause picking up free stuff is in your blood. And lastly, just keep at it until you get it. Really? That's your advice? I'm not here for someone to tell me, keep trying till I make it. What are you, my therapist? Whoa, listen. Sometimes, things wouldn't be as easy for you when compared to someone else. But you must remember that comparison is the thief of joy. You just have to take things at your own pace and figure out things yourself. In a world where all our attention is focused on external stimuli, we should find the time to close our eyes and listen to our inner voice, lying underneath all that stress and worries. Genshin is here to prepare you for that eventual step you must take. You must ask yourself, is this game really about mindlessly repeating mundane tasks every day to experience the occasional serotonin rush when the odds align?
Yes.